What's going on YouTube? 008 here, and I am about to review Zack Snyder's Justice League. And let me just tell you, it is way better than the original. To be fair, I haven't watched the original since it came out back in 2017. Watched it once in the cinema, never watched it again. It was trash. I mean, I saw some clips like on YouTube where their last fight, they all started doing wedding jokes and joking around and how annoying Cyborg's "I can't feel my legs" joke. I don't have legs to feel. I don't know. It was the old film was terrible, but this film, Zack Snyder definitely fixed most of what was wrong with the original Justice League. It helps when you have 4 hours. But yeah, let's get into my review of what I thought of the Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It will. It has to.
So I started watching that, didn't take it too seriously. I was a little bit worried about it. First of all, it's like 4:3 or whatever, like an old TV, and I was like, what is this, Zack? What are you doing? And I looked it up and I was like, okay, this is for IMAX. That's why it's 4:3 or whatever, 4:9. I don't even know the old dimensions anymore, and it's not widescreen anymore. But yeah, because it was shot for IMAX, and IMAX is that dimension or something. But yeah, that didn't matter, so I got used to that real quick. I had low expectations, to be honest. I mean, I know I reacted to the trailer looked good, but I don't know, there's something, I just had a bad vibe about it because it started off really slow, and that dropped my expectations. I was like, oh, this is why it's 4 hours. There's literally scenes where they're playing music and you have Lois Lane walking around. I know she's emotional. Superman just died. Oh yeah, this is a spoiler review, by the way. But you should know Superman died from the last film anyway. They tell you right away. I know Lois Lane is upset and everything, and it's just like, oh my god. And then it's not just that. There was all these things, and I was like, man, the original film started with like Diana, you know, saving those people at the bank or whatever, and I was just like, how's it taken 25 minutes to get to this scene? I was like, wow. Like, I hope the whole film isn't just basically dragged out scenes and then the scenes we've seen before. But then it came to the bit where Diana was at the bank and you just see all this crazy action and she's like more aggressive. All the cool slow motion of her stopping the bullets, throwing these guys around. Yeah, there was a little cheesy moment with the whole you can do anything, a girl, like you can do the whole girls' school thing. That was, I can't even remember if that was in the original film or not. Probably was. I can't remember, to be honest. Because I thought 4 hours. Can I sit here and watch the whole thing for 4 hours? I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But then after that scene of Diana, how action-packed it was, and more Zack Snyder-y with the Wonder Woman music and everything coming in. I don't think that was in the original one, and it just felt like, oh my god. Yeah, I think I can sit through 4 hours of this. Let's buckle down and watch this. If you don't like the format of the 4 hours, then the best thing you can do is watch it as a mini-series. They've even set it up for you like that, because there's like a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and they do these clear cards because it's such a long movie. And we're not in 2021. We are not used to these long movies that much anymore, like we were back in the day. But yeah, if you watch it like a mini-series, you'll enjoy it. It'll be good. But if you can just sit through the whole 4 hours, you can enjoy that too. Both work. I'll talk about how this long form of the film really helped the character development, despite being the same storyline as the original one that was trash. Like, it's amazing how character development and seeing extra scenes really help develop all the other parts of the story, because it's literally more or less the same plot, you know. It's not that different. It's not like they changed the plot drastically at all. But because we get to see all the characters go through their individual stuff, it makes us enjoy this full story even more, you know. It's like you're adding more ingredients to the meal. It just makes it all that much better. It kind of made Cyborg from literally a nobody in the original film to literally almost the main character of this one. It was kind of weird. If you watch the original Justice League, Cyborg's kind of like a nothing guy. He just seems like a tacked on, almost a token, you know. But what Zack Snyder originally wrote, like when you see you see his mum, you see the backstory like of his dad and everything. You see like the whole tape thing where he crushes it and at the end he repairs it. Like he can, I don't know how he does that. I guess he's a technology guy, but yeah, his powers are crazy. But yeah, Cyborg almost feels like the main character. He stole the show. It's mad. No wonder Ray Fisher's so pissed with Warner Brothers and Josh Whedon. No wonder he hated Josh Whedon so much, if you know all that drama. Because he cut most of his shit out, and he probably told him to do lame shit, like the whole "my legs" joke and that in the original film, but he doesn't do that in this film. Cyborg's like a badass in this film, and he's like, he's hurt, he's damaged, he's emotional, he's stoic. And he's not an idiot, you know. I mean, he was kind of stoic in the beginning of the first one, but we don't know why. But now we know why, and it's like, it's not just a cheesy, oh, look at this cheesy, edgy character, it's edgy for no reason. This guy has a reason to be edgy, literally, with all these fucking edges on his body, and that should cut you up if you just brush it past you. But yeah, I like the fact that Flash got a little bit more backstory as well, despite I really don't like Ezra Miller's portrayal of the Flash, but Flash was written so well that it made Ezra Miller tolerable and actually kind of likable in some scenes, but that was just strictly the writing. But as for Ezra Miller's personality, the way he speaks, and like I didn't believe that he has a crush on Iris West at all. Ezra Miller looks like he plays for the other team, you know. I think he does in real life. So like, yeah, he doesn't play for convincing straight person. To me anyway, I'm being real about that. Some people won't have the balls to say that, but I'm going to say it as it is, as I see it. Like, to me, he doesn't even look like he'll be looking at Iris West for 2 seconds. And I know there's some feminine, like flamboyant straight men out there. I mean, look at Prince. But Prince, you know, he was like a gangster with that shit back in the 80s. Like, it's not like Ezra Miller just seems like someone that's going to be like, I don't know. He just annoys me. It doesn't feel like Barry Allen to me. I mean, but other than that, he was written really well. I loved his arc with his dad and everything like that. I love the fact that he got injured and all that shit, and he had to break the speed of light at the end. Like, he did, like, Flash was actually kind of cool in this, despite... In spite of Ezra Miller's annoyance. So yeah, if they could recast him, that'd be great. But apart from that, he was written really well. Like, that's what I hope they do for Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. As much as I don't like her portrayal, I feel like they could still write her really well, despite Brie Larson's terrible acting. Anyway, why are we talking about that? Let's move on. As for the rest of the characters, like Batman, Superman, Batman was a bit more realistic. He wasn't lying on the floor cracking jokes and stuff after being beaten by Superman and stuff like that. Superman's face didn't look stupid. They cut out that dumb scene where he's talking to the kid on the phone and his face looks all messed up and that was terrible. It's almost like Josh Whedon was trying to corrupt the movie or something. Like he was a double agent for Marvel sent in to destroy DC's property or something. But yeah, the fight seems a bit longer, I think, against like the Justice League, Superman versus the Justice League, and seeing the Flash and Superman like go toe to toe with each other in slow motion, and then you like, but it's super fast, and Superman, like in the original Justice League, you just see Superman like sees Flash, and that's the shocker, and it's a really cool moment in the original film as well. It's probably one of the only moments that I liked in the original film, and he just like knocks him away or something. But in this one, they have like a little fight, and like they're dodging each other's moves and stuff, and I was just like, oh my god, this is Flash versus Superman. Superman can keep up with the Flash. You know how crazy that is. Superman is nuts. The way he fights Wonder Woman, he picks up and headbutts. I think he did that in the original film as well, but the lead up to it was sick, and the way he dodges the Flash, and then Flash runs into Aquaman and knocks him down and all that. Yeah, this is so much better, man. And you see like Willem Dafoe gets his little cameo in with the Aquaman stuff, and I didn't even know he was in. Like, it's mad how much stuff they cut out of the original, man. It's crazy, because I thought a lot of this was refilmed or stuff, but apparently this is just all stuff that's been cut out. No wonder people were going nuts about the Snyder cut. I didn't even realise. Everyone was like, there's no Snyder cut. There was a damn Snyder cut, man. It wasn't just a cut, it was more like a Snyder add-on. It's crazy. Oh, man. And then seeing the flashback scene with the old gods or new gods, or I don't know too much about this. I'm more of a Marvel guy. I don't really know that much about DC, even though I grew up in the Batman animated series and the Batman films back in the day, even though cheesy ones, I used to love them. But I'm more of a Marvel guy, so I don't really know too much about the new gods and old gods and all that, but I could sort of know who they were, Ares and Zeus and all that, and them fighting the dark side, like a younger dark side or something, and like the Green Lantern guy coming in. It was sick. I think that flashback was very brief in the original one, but you see the whole fight in this one, and it's so sick. The Amazons. Speaking of the Amazons, the new fight of the Amazons and Steppenwolf was crazy. The Amazons were like you actually see them proper fight. You see the chick, I don't know her name's that Wonder Woman's mama. I think whoever she is, the leader of the Amazons. Like you see her putting up a crazy fight. You see her getting upset when she's losing her people. You see Steppenwolf just murking them and that. Like it made Steppenwolf seem a lot more scarier and a lot more, had a little bit more character to him than he did in the original one because of the length, really, and it's just cool to see them all fight. But yeah, and the flashback to the New Gods fight was amazing as well. One of the bits that shocked me was when, we got the obligatory Lois Lane and Martha Kent talking about Clark being dead and all that, and I was like, yeah, this is like an extra scene, but yeah, this is cool. It's a good little character development and that. And then all of a sudden, Martha Kent just walks out the door and her eyes start glowing red. I'm like, what the fuck? And then she turns into Martian Manhunter. I'm like, what? Martian Manhunter? And it's that guy from Man of Steel. I was like, what? This guy, has he been Martian Manhunter all along, or did he just take this guy's form? I'm like, what's going on? But I was like, now that's a cool little cameo. I love that. I feel like that's something that's an added extra. I don't know if that was in the original one. I mean, I read something about they wanted Green Lantern in this, but Zack Snyder couldn't get the rights or some shit. But yeah, Martian Manhunter is a nice, good enough replacement if you can't get Green Lantern for whatever reason. And I was just like, this is sick, man. I was like, whoa, what other surprises we're gonna get? It felt like I was opening presents or some shit. Like, just gonna keep going through this film. And yeah, so the film was starting off like, what's this? Is this really necessary? I mean, I was excited about Snyder Cut, but how much better could it be? It's just gonna be the same storyline with extra scenes. It's a complete different experience, man. Like, the Snyder Cut is pretty sick. Now, I'm going to start going on to... before I go into things I didn't like, one bit I loved was the flash forward. I think when Cyborg was seeing the future of what could happen if they awaken Superman, and Superman's like they lose and Darkseid comes and he uses the anti-life equation on Superman, and Lois is dead, Wonder Woman's burnt alive, and I believe we saw Darkseid use the Omega beams underwater against the Atlantean people or whatever, to Aquaman or something, and I was like, oh, she's the Omega beams. I was like waiting for that shit, man. But yeah, Darkseid obviously Darkseid was sprinkled here and there, which was like cool, like to see him a little bit. At the ending bit was so sick, where we see Superman like fucking Steppenwolf up, and then they both as a team take out Steppenwolf. Like, I swear Aquaman stabs him after Superman like lasered half his head off. Aquaman stabs him with his trident and throws him, and then Wonder Woman just comes in and takes his head out. I was like, okay, this is a bit violent and gory for Justice League. This is like turning into Watchmen or some shit, but look, I get it, man. They're trying to finish this guy off. This Donnie can't come back. They're not going to mess around here. So I was like, that's cool. And then it just... He flies through the portal, and Darkseid steps on Steppenwolf's head, and he's like, okay, these are the men I've got to fight here. These are the crazy motherfuckers that kind of step to me. Oh hell no! You know why I'm Darkseid, bitch. So it's like, and they're all looking at Darkseid like, what? And what? What are you gonna do? You're gonna come out that portal now? We'll sort you out, fam. We've got Superman in the black suit here. What do you mean? Yeah, the only thing I was a little bit disappointed with is because if you're gonna have Superman in a black suit, give him the beard and the long mullet and that, because he was dead, right? And your hair, like, this is gonna sound so fucking stupid, but I'm pretty sure your hair grows still when you're dead. Your hair still grows, your nails grow and everything. Even though you're dead, that shit still grows. I believe that's why he had the mullet in the original comic. So that would have been a cool little, cool back. But I did actually watch a interview, I think with Tyron Magnus, where he said they thought about the mullet, but there's no way they could like put it on Henry Cavill's face, and they already knew what happened when you tried to do CGI after the fact on someone's face, and that was like a big embarrassment in the original film. So yeah, it's understandable why they couldn't put the mullet and the beard and all that stuff on him, but I wish they tried. But yeah, the black suit, because he didn't have the mullet and the stuff, the black suit felt, I know that's what people wanted, but it felt a bit like he didn't really need to have it. Like, there was no reason for him. And the fact that they showed the red suit as well. Like, he walks past the red and blue suit. So it's like, why didn't he just put that one on, the iconic one? Why would he put the black one on? What does it mean to wear the black one? Is this guy still Superman? Because there's a part where he's beating up Steppenwolf, which is cool, but then he starts lasering him and punching him like he's angry, and he's like lost his cool a little bit. And then like you see clips of Wonder Woman and Batman sort of looking at him like almost like they're trying to, I don't know what they were trying to convey, but it looks like they were trying to say, alright, chill, man. Like, you don't need to do all that to Steppenwolf, like, relax, you know? Like, that's what it looked like to me. I don't know if that's what it was meant to be, because they never said nothing after that, and they all treated him like buddy, and they all like it was fine afterwards. It wasn't like they thought it went too far. Like, I mean, it's Steppenwolf, he's killed loads of innocent people. Why should you care? But it's just like, it's Superman. That's not what he's about. No matter who he's fighting, he doesn't ever go rage mode on them. That's what people were pissed about when he killed Zod. You know, even though Zod probably deserves to die, people don't like Superman doing that. So it was a bit weird for me seeing Superman go, lasers coming out of his eyes. You know, like, I don't know, man. That bit was a bit weird for me, but. And with the black suit on as well, it's like, is this guy slightly evil or something? I don't know what I'm supposed to feel here, you know? But yeah, apart from that, man, the film was amazing. I loved it. Now let's go to the bad things that I didn't really like. I've already talked about Ezra Miller. I didn't like him, and the whole, like, the violence was a bit gratuitous towards the end. Even when Wonder Woman was throwing bad guys at the wall and that, it seems like they're a little bit Watchmen-y, but I think that's just Zack Snyder's style. Batman running around just shooting parademons and slicing them up and that, like, they're a little bit, these are violent Justice League, but that's Zack Snyder's style, isn't it? So what are you going to do? The only criticism I'll give it is sometimes the dialogue is a little bit cheesy and a little bit like, okay, like, yeah, eye roll dialogue. Like, they just say certain things that are just like the bit where, I know it's meant to be maybe kind of like a joke or something, but the bit where Wonder Woman's like, let's go get dressed, and the Cyborg's like, I'm always dressed, and all this just stuff like that is just really cheesy. And even Wonder Woman, the way I don't know if, I think it's just, I don't think it's her or her writing even. I think maybe Gal Gadot's acting wasn't on point. Maybe she's better now, but this was back then, and like they gave her this long monologue explaining they were showing you at the same time she was explaining it, explaining the backstory of the mother boxes, and she just kept droning on, and her voice just sounds a bit monotone, and it's just not very exciting. And she doesn't put much emphasis in the things she says. Like, her acting is a little, even when she's talking to other characters, explaining things or asking about things, Gal Gadot's acting is a little bit subpar in my opinion there. Like, I feel like maybe she could improve the way she speaks in certain situations, you know. Other than that, most of the other acting was pretty decent. The dialogue was good, but I feel like sometimes the dialogue was a bit like trying to be a bit, not preachy, but trying to be too dramatic and melodramatic and over the top sometimes. I think maybe that's Zack Snyder's style. But even when I watch Watchmen, it doesn't, maybe because it's Alan Moore's writing in the Watchmen movie, it doesn't feel like that. But I don't know who's writing this, but there's something about it that just feels a bit like they're trying to be epic all the time, and it's a bit exhausting when you keep trying to be epic. Sometimes you just want to have a human conversation, which is like, the MCU is pretty good at that, but I don't want this to try and be the MCU, but I'm just saying that, yeah, sometimes you don't need to sound epic every single moment or say a one-liner. Like MCU has a problem with too much comedic one-liners, whereas maybe Zack Snyder's DC, I call it Zack Snyder's DC because it's different from some of the other DC. Zack Snyder's DC has problems with one-liners trying to be too epic, whereas the MCU has problems with one-liners trying to be too comedic. So yeah, that's the only things I didn't like. But yeah, apart from that, that's it. Great film. Loved the Snyder Cut. Was definitely worth the wait. Yeah, man. I'm gonna say something super controversial right now. That's gonna probably get me a lot of hate. I'm a Marvel guy. Yeah, I love. Well, the MCU's a bit sometimes, but MCU is mostly amazing, right? I love the MCU way more than DCEU, but I actually think the Snyder Cut, only because of how much we saw the character development and how padded and how like the story is so much more fulfilled now. I feel like Zack Snyder's Justice League is probably better than Endgame. I had more fun watching Zack Snyder's Justice League than I did Endgame. Like, Endgame's ending is amazing. Endgame's like Tony Stark's funeral, and obviously the huge fight at the end against Thanos was cool. But the overall story of Endgame was weak to me. I should probably do a video on it. And I hated the fact they got rid of 2018 Thanos and brought in 2014 Thanos, and not even the proper 2014 Thanos. That was like the only thing that matters to me, boy. You know, that Thanos that we saw in Guardians of the Galaxy. It wasn't even that one, really. It was like the 2018 one, but with the mentality of that one. But it didn't even really have the mentality of that one. And it just felt like you've lost the bad guy, replaced him, and I didn't feel the connection to the fight at the end of Endgame like I felt the connection to the end of this fight with Cyborg and the Flash, even though I didn't like Ezra Miller, and you know, Superman coming back. Superman, when he went into the sun and he stretched his arms out and stuff like that, it's like, they need me. I don't know, I just enjoyed this more than Endgame. Endgame was a decent culmination. Infinity War was way better than Endgame in my opinion. So yeah, anyway, that's my review. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.